had to make a decision. Either I just jump and pursue this passion of mine. I grew into a studio and we started commercials for local dealerships and businesses. And
that's really what started me on my film journey, is doing these mission forward nonprofit videos, and just traveling the globe. Wanted to find a way to give people a voice that really are underheard, underfunded. We do use AI in a lot of our stuff, but it's just a tool. People are wanting things faster and faster, and they have higher expectations for that. I don't like to use it, but we're achieving our vision easier, but more importantly, I think at a higher quality than we could before. What do you guys think about podcasts? I know there's some AI podcasts that people are into.
Well, podcasts are so low effort to create. Right. Sorry, guys. They are compared to other things. The most work honestly goes into cutting the intros. If you take something that is like that low effort for the amount of minutes that you create, and then you just make that out of AI, it's like, what am I even engaging with here?
I've always loved music. I can't sing. I can't, play any instrument really, but I love to write music. And so I discovered this AI. And so I take that prompting, put it into this app, and I get songs. Fully made songs, and it is blowing my mind. I made a song about my mom, and she died, and I sent it to my aunt. She cried. It was like this beautiful thing. It's like I'm able to have this creative catharsis, and it's extremely sad for the amazing talented musicians that spend 20 years perfecting their craft.
What was some films and shows that you guys watched as kids growing up that kind of inspired you?
Is that topic getting too depressing?
So people still want human experience. People still want real stories. They don't want AI stories.
Yeah, I think the future is going to be like...
Go, guys.
Here we are.
Having a good day?
It was a great day.
What happened today?
We drove to Lufkin, Texas. Have you been to Lufkin?
It's exciting. It's a very exciting town.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a lot of things that we don't partake in.
What does that mean?
Drugs.
Okay. What was the nature of this film shoot? It wasn't like a soft white underbelly thing, was it?
Yeah.
No, it's great. Yeah, we have a great longstanding client there, Southside Bank, and we cover a lot of their events amongst some of their forward-facing and internal commercials and stuff. So this is just covering a little event fundraiser for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
That was super fun.
Well, Sam, you've been on before.
I have. Yeah. Thanks for having me back.
From Mission Tanzania, or is it Mission Kilimanjaro?
Mission Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro.
Same general location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that film? That was.
We have not. No.
Okay,
I don't think that ever got.
I need to share that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think you guys would like it. And should I actually have a lot to do with it?
Yeah.
He wasn't there on the ground, but he did do a lot of the editing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of these really beautiful clips that Sam got, and there were stories, but there was a lot of stories to tell. And we're like, well, how are we gonna put all this together and make it work? And it was a lot of back and forth and just going through and looking and finding a story in the edit, and making it all cohesive, and then filling that in with like voiceovers and just tying in all those gaps so that we have transitionary periods between every story.
Mm-hmm.
So came through. And there was a lot of asks too, because to give your listeners an idea, backstory on Mission Kilimanjaro is they're building wells and schools, and they have a school they've already built. It's small, but they need to fundraise for a bigger school, one that would provide a lot more security for the girls that go to this school. They need meals. They only get one meal per day. A lot of them stay home from school because they don't, it's easier for the kids to stay home, and the parents are not encouraged to send their kids to any school.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do go to school, they get proper meals. They also get better sanitation. And also there's a lot of FGM happening over there.
FGM?
Female genital mutilation.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when they go to school, when they put on the uniforms, that's something that tells the men, hey, they're not available. And so it became this very powerful story that we're telling and showing that there's so much change that's happening, and there's so much support that's needed, and so many young girls and young kids that are there. There could be a radical change in their lives, and all with the surrounding of, hey, Christ is in this. Where the kids are listening to the Bible, the leaders are preaching the gospel, and people are actually getting baptized and converting. So it's great.
Yeah, for the full story, check out episode 34, the podcast. Yeah. So you quick introduction. Sam's been on, and should I?
Yeah. So my name is Shadai Press. I'm a DP, filmmaker, producer, director, and been here in in Texas since 2017. And I had another film company back in Florida, and that's where I started out my career, my journey. I love photography, and then wanted something more challenging, and went into filmmaking. And it's just something I've been passionate and I love. I get to travel the world, do what I love. And I've done commercials for, of course, like dealerships and local stuff. And then bigger things like with Disney and recently Microsoft. Lots of cool stuff. So,
So how did you guys get together?
Yeah, so when the story starts a little bit before Miami, so Shadai's from Cuba originally.
Okay.
So it's an incredible journey how he got to Miami. I'm just kidding. We've really carried that story.
I just keep
Keep adding
adding
to it.
Yeah, we'll just keep adding to it.
How big was the raft?
It was, I'll tell you what, my dad did come in a raft.
Okay.
And so we pull from some of and embellish his stories too. Because he came in 1980 during the Mariel boat lift, and he was 16, and it was a little raft, dinky raft. And so, so we say that I did that, and that I also got my scar here because I got into a machete battle with one of the guys.
Nice, yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So why?
I'm glad I was able to take him under my wing, though.
Teach him the American ways?
Yeah.
This
English is great now.
Yeah, thank you.
So how come your dad fled?
Well,
would fled be the correct term?
Yeah. So, I mean, in 1989, Fidel Castro he was fully in power, and Cuba is a communist country. There's no freedoms. You can't leave the country. You can't practice religion. You can't own your own business. Sure, the medical system is free, but at what cost? And so he was tired of it. He said, "Hey, with the American dream, you always, everybody in Cuba is like, and just like in many other countries, look to America and it's like, wow, this is the land of opportunity." And so there was a sense of, hey, he wanted to go, and so him and his two cousins jumped on a raft along with I don't know how many. I think it was like 80,000 Cubans, and they all came to the port of Miami, crossing 90 miles of shark-infested waters, which is wild.
Yeah.
I've had friends and family that have died doing that crossing, just trying to escape. And he was later on shipped over, since he was still a minor, up to North Pennsylvania, and he lived there and then came back, and then he met my mom, and I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he, mind if I ask where he falls on like a political spectrum? Because I've heard a lot of Cubans are not very like communist, basically, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. So he of course, he's more on the Republican side, there and conservative. The thing is that sense of being oppressed by a government and having no freedoms. Cuba has, I don't know where the statistic is now, but for a long time, Cuba was the only country that we know of that had, I think it's one doctor per 5 people.
Okay.
And it's the only place that you will find a woman that has a master's or doctor's degree that also is a prostitute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because how the system is set up there is just it's horrible. People don't have the means to We have this imagination that we walk into a store here, a Walmart or any grocery store, and everything's on the shelves. Over there, that's not available for Cubans. You have to get this little piece of paper, and that's your allotted food that you're supposed to buy. And you can't go to the markets that are designed for the Americans because it's way overpriced and you will never be able to afford it.
So there are American-style markets?
There are American-style markets, but they're very limited in what you can buy. And if you're a Cuban, you can't just waltz in and buy stuff. It's not allowed.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's pretty bad. And it's only getting better. No, I haven't been. But I talk to my grandma all the time, and she's over there.
I have a cousin who he's quite a fan. Like he's there every couple of years. He goes in and then.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful city. It's unfortunate it's frozen in time. A
lot of cool 1950s,
cars,
nice cars,
lots of nice cars. The Cubans are very, very great with their ingenuity. They keep it up, and no matter what spare parts,
because they got so many embargoes, like where you just can't bring stuff in.
Yeah. For 50 years, you couldn't bring anything in. So yeah, it's impressive what they have been able to manage under the circumstances. But still, right now, Old Havana is crumbling. The infrastructure is terrible. And there are tourism places that are available in Baradero and other areas. Those are nice. They're for tourists. They're not for Cubans.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
What's the regime like now with Fidel passed?
It's in the sense people are speaking out a lot more. Before, this was just like you couldn't talk about any of this stuff. But people are on social media. They're talking about the situations that are happening. So open discussion is becoming more now. There's an interesting thing. There's something that's called like comité. Back in the day, and it still exists now, if you were talk openly against the government, there was someone that was employed by the government to tell on you. And so you couldn't have a meeting or a discussion or a party without there being someone from a comité there to witness what you're doing, so that they could report back to the government. And so it's interesting now, as social media and as the regime has come down, people are on social media talking about bad things that are happening. People are saying it. So the dialogue is there. But unfortunately, especially after COVID, it's not good. It's not good. There's not a lot of food, and there's just not a lot of services, and it's rough for the Cubans.
Yeah, it's no fun.
No. Sorry, I'm bringing the whole mood down.
It's fine. How'd you get into filmmaking?
So I love photography, and I ended up getting published in a magazine, and I was like, man, I think this is something cool. Like, I really like it. I did want it a little bit more of a challenge. Around that time, my local church reached out and they say, hey, we're doing like this thing. We'd love for you to do a little commercial about it, like this event. And I said, well, I've never done that before, but I could try. I've always wanted to do it. And I pitched to them, instead of doing a traditional commercial, I said, hey, let's do a little short film for the event and themed to the event. And I did it, scrapped it together, my camera, they paid me $400, which I thought was amazing. And bought a little mic and did my first short film. And it was a success. And then from there, I just said, okay, I could do this. I'm going to do a commercial now for a local gym, charge them a little bit more. And I rinsed and repeated that cycle, always increasing the price. And eventually I started getting busy. And I had to quit my day job, which I was a manager at Marriott at that time. And I have
terrible problem. Quit your day job.
Yeah. And so I was like, hey, I'm gonna I had to make a decision. Either I just jump and I feel job security, or I just jump and pursue this passion of mine. And so that's what I did. I pursued that passion, and that grew into a studio, and we started doing commercials for local dealerships and businesses and big nonprofits, and it just grew and grew, and the passion, the skills grew as well. I look at those old commercials and I'm like, what was I doing?
Yep.
They were kind of rough.
Go look at episode 1 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Ben wasn't there yet, so it hadn't been perfected.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So yeah, that's it. And then in 2019, I had already been living in Texas since 2017. I was enjoying. I had a few clients, but things were doing the filmmaking world. You can't do it alone. It gets really rough really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's like I have no creativity. I'm losing my creativity. And so one day I was just walking by and I saw this sign. It's a Lightbox. I'm like, I think that has something to do with filming, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to call and check them out. And so I did. And Sam answered the phone and he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, hey, man, I'm a filmmaker here. And I came from Florida, and gave him a little bit of my backstory. And Sam's like, yeah, come meet. Let's talk. And so I came to meet Sam, and we instantly connected right away. And I don't know, maybe you could fill in like your impressions of me walking some guy off the street.
Yeah.
off a raft.
Yeah.
Right. Right off the rat. He still had his accent then.
I was like, hey, listen, man, listen. We're going to film a movie.
It's going to be fantastic. It was kind of, I don't know. It was funny that he called because it was like the company phone then was linked to my personal number, and I just happened to be, walking around and answered it. And we were probably within the same block when you called. And, so he came to the studio, and, we have like a couple of our Reds up, on tripods and stuff. And he starts like talking like, oh yeah, I totally know these cameras. And then I'm like, oh, like we're speaking the same language now. So you're talking about just like our 3D footage and lenses and directing and producing and all these things. And we were speaking the same language. And I was like, okay, he's not just another person wanting, a free, internship just to take a bunch of knowledge and, run. Because we've had a lot of people just come and go. We get a lot of calls almost every single week of students that are unfortunately, spending a bunch of money on a degree, don't know what to do with it. And so they need an internship, but our internship program is limited, but we do get a lot of those calls. So I kind of was expecting it to be one of those. And then we connected, and so we started shooting together, and then we realized that, we had something more than just kind of like, us contracting him out. And eventually my partners and I kind of had a separation, and I took control of the company, 100% of it. And I ended up, this was right when I was opening up a coffee shop, and I really needed help really more than anything. And I was like, because I don't want to let Lightbox Collective go. It's just going to die unless there's somebody that is basically like me, that has all the ambition and the time and the skill and the know-how to make it run. And there was no other person than should I. So I gave him half the company, and he carried it. I mean, absolutely saved it while I was opening up my coffee shop. And then once that was done, we're open. And I had an exit with that whole other world. Him and I have just been running
the coffee world.
Yeah. You got in and got out.
Got in, got out.
Yeah.
Did you have passion in coffee? And then
I did. I grew up in coffee.
He had a lot of passion in coffee.
I did. I loved it. Yeah. My family roasted coffee for 22 years. So coffee shops, and like my dad's, he's just an artisan and craftsman, and we built a bunch of coffee shops inside of like Airstreams and different cool trailers. And
so it's familiar territory.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it was nice to, get in, experience that, create, especially with all the world traveling that I've been able to do, be able to take all those different cultures and bring them to a little town in Texas and be able to share that with people. So, yeah.
But you exited the coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
Like what? Like
sold it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sold it. So we started in a little Airstream. It wasn't an Airstream. It was a Bull Zero. There's a big difference. People don't really
It
know
looked
the
nice.
difference.
I wouldn't know the difference. It would look awesome. That's
Bull's
all.
Arrow. I've never heard of
Bull's Arrow, yeah, 1948 Bull's Arrow. And yeah, it's really cool. They didn't make them for that long. They were extremely inefficient little trailers. Man, the Bull's Arrow, it's like Boules.
Is it better than an Airstream?
No.
No.
I would say no. It was unique. They're sought after. Kind of like that.
Something like this.
Okay, so a little more teardrop-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a teardrop.
Yeah, right there with the little wedding thing. Cafe 1948 logo or whatever. Bark.com to your right.
To the right, that corner.
That's, yeah, you can kind of see it. Not really. It's horrible. No, go down. There it is. Yeah, that trailer. Part of it.
Half of it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Roaming Hunger. I don't know. But yeah, it was really cool. Yeah. So that was a fun world to be in while it lasted.
Okay.
Out of that.
But then you went back to film. You're like,
I mean, I was always doing film.
Yeah.
I was just doing a lot, but my wife and I, we were also doing Airbnbs, and we were also, building websites and design and products and writing books and like all these different
entrepreneurial, lots of things.
Yeah, too many things.
Too many
Now we're focused in. So Shadai and I have really taken Lightbox Collective and also Lightbox Missions, which we just launched, and also our new podcast studio that we're going to be renting out. So we really have, now it's more of the Lightbox Studios. It's kind of what the name is organically turning into. So we're doing a lot bigger commercial work. Really excited. We just wrapped up a big project, global campaign with Microsoft, with their Copilot AI, which is really exciting. And yeah, we have some fun stuff planned for 2026 with all that. So,
okay. Yeah. So you guys are a marketing firm, or are you more just film?
Creative agency.
Creative agency.
Yeah. So we're a full agency, but we also shoot. So we do the creative, we do immersion sessions with clients, we do the rebrands, but we're also shooting and producing everything as well.
Which is interesting because normally those are separate. And you have the agency and they're coming up with the creative and everything, and then they hire out production crews.
Yeah.
And because we've been in the production world so long, we just married the two. It's like, hey, we have great ideas. We know relevant trends and know how to strategize really well. And we're going to implement that and tie it really closely to the visuals. So there's really no disconnect. And so that has been really, really, really fun and really good and really creative.
Do you guys fill different roles in the company, or is there overlap?
Yeah, there's definitely overlap. I mean, we play to our strengths. I mean, I'm technically the creative director of the company. I would be executive producer.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we both share when it comes to directing. We both kind of share that role, and we both DP. We both started out as DPs in the field, and I mean that's it really just whatever needs to happen. But we're getting more to producing roles in general and hiring out a lot of those other positions.
Do you like that transition, or do you still like getting into the nitty gritty?
I like to be just behind the camera and filming. That's where I get oh, let's cool. Let's do this shot.
Yeah.
A lot of my time though is spent doing like producing or like directing, which is fun. And that all has, but
and that's the difference is like there's fun things, but then we're also running a business.
Yes.
So it's like, I love that the business is growing, and we're not just hand to mouth, contract labor, anymore, and freelancers. It's nice to be out of that world. So
yeah.
But the company's 10 years old this year, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So where's your trajectory? Like, what are you aiming at?
It's a good question. We have the podcast studio that we just launched. And we're hoping that creates a buzz and people could come in and use the studio, because right now it's an office space and we have this incredible space that people could utilize. And so we've converted the back into this podcast space, and that's super fun.
It's really built out to be a co-working space is how we built it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the goal.
Mm-hmm. And that,
Do you guys have like
you're right
a
there.
psych wall / studio space or anything?
So we don't have a psych wall because we have a neighbor and she has a psych wall. So there's no reason for us to build one, but we do have a lot of backdrops and a lot of shooting spaces within our space. So we've transformed that space into so many different sets.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
It's really awesome. And so yeah, we're having that space really go into its full potential. And so, and then with that, we're looking at just continually working with bigger brands, and coming off of a lot of the things that we did with this most recent Microsoft shoot. It really just like we enjoyed that process, and there was a lot of creative in that, and we want to apply a bunch of that strategy towards other brands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any passion projects?
Oh, all the time. Yeah,
Okay.
I have too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually just wrapped up a short film a couple days ago, and we just released it. That was a passion project. I have another documentary I'm working on with a buddy of mine, and we like a lot of it too within the passion realm, because passion is a currency for nonprofits stuff, and so Lightbox Missions ties into that as well. So helping nonprofits and sharing the gospel. And so anything that's tied, I'm also working on a series on hard subjects of the Bible, and with a friend of mine, turning that into like a masterclass style. So we just wrapped up 10 episodes, and that's almost done.
Do you want to talk about that at all?
So,
Or is that
Just talk about it.
Is that under wraps?
It's awesome.
No, that sounds very
It's about the Sabbath.
yeah, so the Sabbath, the state of the dead, the second coming. We talked about the rapture.
Okay, so when you say hard biblical topics, like, what do you mean by that?
I mean, biblical topics that when you mention, there's a traditional way of looking at them, and then there's a biblical way of looking at them. So there's, hey, what have we been taught? Where does it come from? Where does this tie into the Bible and to Scripture? And is it biblically accurate, or is it man-made? And so that's where the hardness comes from.
Okay.
And so, yeah. So I mean, we could
So
talk.
do you find that like navigating that from your own studies or like other gleanings, or I mean, like what brought you to want to do that?
So my friend Christian, he was like, hey, we had been talking. It's like, hey, there's a lot of like long-winded sermons online, or long form concepts. It's like, hey, we need to like some of these topics, go point by point, look at the scripture and say, okay, this is what the scripture says. This is the full context of it. This is what was happening in that time frame. And so let's dive into that, but try to condense it down in not a 65, 70, super long video.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to distill this down in 15 minutes where we're giving as much information, as much content as possible, so that people could take it in and also study for themselves, but have just a bunch of information as quickly as possible.
But
And so-
accessible.
accessible, yes. And so that's the goal. It's like, hey, like these are a bunch of topics that I find very interesting. That we want to talk about. And so that was kind of the sense, like, hey, we should do this. And he flew down from Indiana, and we shot it all like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Are you staying behind the camera for this? Or are you getting?
I was so I have I stayed behind for this one. I do have a series that I want to work on, and I have one video specifically about explaining tongues that I really want to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the biblical application, and then the application that people have gone into now.
Okay.
So in summation, like we have the first use of tongues. It was in the book of Acts, where the disciples were all under one accord, and cloven tongues of fire descended upon their heads, and they began to speak in other tongues.
Mm-hmm.
In American tradition, recent Pentecostal. They say that that's glossolalia, that this is like a unknown language, and they start speaking these utterances and convulsing and jumping around, things like that. If you look at the Bible, and every single time that it was given, it is not like they even said it right then and there. Aren't these Galileans? How is it that we hear them in our own language? Mm-hmm. So what we're seeing is an undoing of what happened in the Tower of Babel. In the Tower of Babel, God confused languages. He separated out. People couldn't communicate with each other. They were in different languages. They separated out the tongues. And so what we're seeing is the Holy Spirit is coming back, and it's undoing that which would originally happen. So we have these Galileans now that they are speaking, and the people are hearing, and they are understanding, because the key thing is understanding. In Corinthians, the Corinthians had a huge problem with people just going out and going in front of the congregation and speaking whatever, and nobody understood what they said. And Paul says, hey, for what profit is it if you're speaking? No, you're speaking to the air. So what's the point if you can't understand? And so throughout the Bible, throughout the book of Acts, and every time that the Spirit, the gift of tongues has been presented, it's for the key of understanding, whether it is hearing it and understanding or speaking it so that others could understand. And unfortunately, there was a lot of televangelists, and one of in my research, what you could point back to when it started getting very popular, and here in the United States, it's called the Lakeland Revival. It was in the 1990s, 96 or something like that, where we have this charismatic preacher goes to India, goes to some of these other countries, comes back, and then out of nowhere, he's in the middle of this televangelist thing, and he goes into these sayings where nobody understands what he's saying, and it spread like wildfire. Now there was one shortly after that happened in Canada, and then you have Benny Hinn starts picking it up, and he starts going into that. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you look at footage online, YouTube, you look at Kundalini Yoga. If you look that up and you put it side by side in some of these charismatic churches, you wouldn't be able to distinguish which one is Christian.
Really?
Because they are doing the exact same thing.
As far as the utterances? Or
the utterances, the convulsions, throwing themselves on the ground, everything. It's identical. But for them, they are unlocking chakras. And for the Christians, they're receiving the Holy Spirit.
But there's the convulsions, there's like the rapid movements, the holy rolling.
Holy rolling. Yeah. Look, there's an important thing that the Satan is here. He's the author of confusion. And so I think that Satan has planted an egg in the church, a cuckoo bird egg in the church, thinking that this is a gift of the Spirit. The gift of tongues exists. It's for the edification of the gospel. I think once it might have happened to me. I met this guy at a gas station, and he asked me for some money. He spoke French. I know 3 words in French. And I started talking to the guy, and I understood his story. He told me his story. I understood his story. I don't know how I understood his story, but
So you knew he was speaking French.
I knew he was speaking French.
And somehow you were able to...
Somehow I was able to understand. I know Spanish, but I was able to understand. And I was able to talk to him too, and also share a little bit of the gospel with him too. I don't know how we talked. I left that conversation. I was like, what happened here? And there is, and here's the thing, is that not all are supposed to receive the same gift.
Yep.
Everybody receives different gifts. This is not a necessity to have this gift to be saved or to say that you are one with God. No, God gives different gifts, to the gift of healing, to the gift of prophecy, to the gift, so there's different gifts that are given, all for the edification of the gospel and God.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the important thing. So I struggle with that because I have friends, they say they have experiences. They're like, yeah, man, I've had this experience. I'm like, I'm not denying you had an experience. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying out of what is the spirit behind the experience that you had? You know what I mean? And that's where we have to challenge and say, hey, is this of God? Read the Bible, or am I receiving something else? And so, it's something. I have family that is heavily involved.
I was going to ask what brought you to this.
Yeah. So it's like friends, like casual conversations, and they bring it up, and I'm like, oh man, I really want to dive in deep with you and tell you all about this. And then like my cousin, she also, and I'm like, it's starting to there's a good amount of people now, and so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm a filmmaker. This would be very good to put together in a video and make a solid, hey, here's everything. Every single, we look at, what was Paul saying? Though I speak with the tongues of men and angels, what does that mean? Well, if you look at it in context, he was speaking in hyperbole. He was saying, though I have the voice of sounding brass, though I have this, though I have that, though I have the tongues of men and angels, doesn't mean that that's what he was going for. It's just saying he's speaking in hyperbole. It's like, if I had all these things, but none of it matters without love, and so, yeah, I really want to film that video. It's going to happen real soon, especially now because of this.
Yeah. And you're going to be in front of camera.
Yeah, I'm going to be in front of camera for that.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Well, I think you have a good presence for it.
Oh, thank you.
So
appreciate that.
Yeah. What about you? Do you have any passion projects?
Man, no.
I mean, that's a dumb question to ask a filmmaker.
I mean, honestly, not right now. Not any necessarily film related. I've been into a lot of just more design stuff, and I like to build, so I remodel houses and design Airbnbs and stuff like that. And I'm big in just lighting and atmosphere. And my wife and I, we won an award, a Texas National Award for interior design in 2021, and that kind of brought me into this whole light of oh my gosh, this was recognized. I don't know how it was recognized, but people the way that we design stuff. So I've been more focusing on that for the past few years, and not necessarily telling any stories or short films or things like that. But one of the biggest things was Lightbox Missions, and that was something that was on my heart from years ago, because I grew up in doing YWAM, and that's where I met my wife, and that's really what started me on my film journey, is doing these mission forward nonprofit videos, and just traveling the globe. I've been to 40 something countries and have seen some incredible stuff. And just having a heart for missions and for people and for just different cultures and experiencing that, and also just learning from all these incredible people. Wanted to find a way to give people a voice that really are underheard, underfunded, that are doing really awesome work. So Lightbox Missions was kind of a passion project, I guess you could say. And then when I presented it to Shaddai, I was like, hey man, I really think that we should do this. And he rallied.
We had a similar heart in that, because there was working with at this nonprofit that I work with, GYC. And it became very evident that we need to do more of this. This is what we need to do. And I was like, I had this little mantra. It's we should do something to be the Netflix of Christian films, the hub.
Pureflix doesn't cut it.
Well, okay.
I mean, I've worked for Pureflix. It's a legitimate question.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never heard of Pureflix.
Stay with A.R. White. They did God Is Not Dead was kind of their big claim to fame. And when that blew up, they did a streaming service, and then they sold to Sony in 2022.
Oh, okay.
And then Great American Television bought them. Yeah, wow. Great American Pureflix now.
They're still doing. They're still doing Christian films.
Sons of Thunder. Sons of Thunder, season 1. Check it out.
Okay. Yeah,
that's cool. What did you do for them?
I was the writer on that Sons of Thunder season 1. So that got contracted out. So my friend Randall, he was a showrunner. Then he asked me to write it, and then I script supervised.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so. If you want to Learn a lot about filmmaking. Go be a script supervisor.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. For your first time on something you wrote with a director who doesn't like you.
Oh, yeah. he
Yeah,
didn't
we
like
had
you.
there were interesting times.
Can you imagine
How?
saying, hey, you missed this?
Oh my!
He was just there for 1 or 2 episodes, though. So, yeah.
How's your short film coming?
Short film? I don't think I
Didn't
have
you
it.
do a short film?
I have a
Last time we talked, a long.
I have a
film.
long film.
Finish it.
No, well, I mean, it's everything's
Speaking of
shot.
right?
I still have to. There's post stuff that has to be dealt with
Oh, yeah.
that I have to do. So, Ben, you need to crack a whip over there and make me do that.
Yeah, really. Well, talk about the idea that we've been kind of floating around, and let's see
Which one?
the AI.
I don't want to talk
Okay.
No, bad. We don't like that. We don't like it.
about it. We don't like it. Let's talk about that then. What, we don't like AI? Let's
Well, wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. There is recently, and Sam was a naysayer for 24
Don't put my
hours.
name on it. I don't know. Don't put my name on it. It'll live too long. No.
There's
Keep it general.
there's an app. I'm not gonna keep it general, but I've always loved music and I've always wanted to be a musician. Do I have the talent for it? Absolutely not. I can't sing, I can't, play any instrument, really nothing. So
He can break dance though.
I can
Oh, yeah?
It's true.
I was a DJ. That's to the extent of it.
Better than the Australian Olympics?
I will destroy.
Sorry.
I will destroy her.
I mean, how embarrassing.
I will.
Ray gun?
Oh god.
Ray gun? Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Sorry.
I would.
I'm sure she's a nice person.
It was so bad. Like it was. My soul was dying inside. I'm like
That's embarrassing.
I could do a full windmill and an air flare. I could do those things. She can't. Anyways. Yeah. So, but I love to write music. I love like lyrics and right. Yeah. And so I discovered this AI, and I was like, this is cool. And I started putting my lyrics in and using prompt engineering to go from grok and hum out the way that, because I don't know how to explain
The melody.
the melody and the beat patterns and syncopation and all these things, all these musical terms. I don't know them. And so I hummed and sang to grok, and it gave me back prompts and says, hey, we think that you're singing in this, and this, and at this pattern. And so I take that prompting, put it into this app, and I get songs. Fully made songs. And it is blowing my mind. I'm still mind blown by it. It is highly produced.
It's cool.
It is so cool.
And I think take that same love of something like music and apply that to filmmaking. I think there's a lot of people out there that are, not to cut you guys off. A room full of filmmakers. I am not one. But I think that's just the access to that.
Yeah.
You know?
The songs would have never been made. They would have they would have stayed on the shelf. And I made a song about my mom, and like she died in 2019. I was able to make the song, and I sent it to my aunt. She cried. It was like this beautiful thing. It's like, I'm able to have this creative catharsis. And it's like, now these exist. And it's extremely sad for the amazing, talented musicians that spend 20 years perfecting their craft. And I'm getting really close with this AI.
Well, like, as filmmakers, like, what do we do when somebody can just punch a prompt into a generator and they have a commercial?
Well, and that's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're basically already there, or within a year we're going to be there. And
Performances aren't there. Like, acting performances aren't there.
no, but they will.
But there is
They will.
Yeah,
I mean, we
they will.
said
It's only getting
where
better.
we're at now with, Sora 2 is where we thought we would be in 2030 a couple years ago. We're like, all right, maybe 2030, and now we're here.
Yeah.
But I think, like, to answer your question, like, what do you do is, like, I don't think you can do anything. Like, it's a wave. Hopefully it's a bubble. I think it's a big bubble. Because humans want human experience, and that's what we're betting on, is the human experience, and that's where we're putting a lot of our, just our time and effort. It's like, hey, like, yes, you can go and hire an agency that will use AI, and we do use AI in a lot of our stuff, but it's just a tool.
I say I don't think you have a choice now not to.
Yeah.
In order to optimize.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, it's just like you know, the speed of delivering a product. You know, we can be a lot faster, and people are wanting things faster and faster, and they have higher expectations for that, and we're able to do that. But ultimately, it's not even that. It's more, for us, it's like we can achieve things, I think, better than we could before, like for visual effects.
Yeah.
For example, it's cheaper,
Yeah.
you know, to do it. And for
it's more obtainable. It's
voiceovers, and I don't like to use it, but but we're achieving our vision easier, but more importantly, I think at a higher quality than we could before.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think
process.
people still want the human experience. People still want real stories. They don't want AI stories.
Yeah, I think the future is going to be like there are commercials that are going. There's going to have to be a separation, and there might be a sense. It's like, okay, yeah, this is disclaimer. This is an AI commercial, and then people are going to wear
disclaimers in the other direction where it's like made by humans.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that will be the badge of honor for the
pay a
commercial.
premium for that.
Yeah,
People will pay a premium for that.
But is it going to be in the same realm that people pay a premium for film, like movies made on film versus?
I think so. I think
digital.
I think it could be even more expensive. I don't know. Look at like film cameras and vinyl. I mean, like people are still paying a premium to have somebody shoot their wedding on film, you know, or on a Super 8 camera.
Yeah. So the retro effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to go away, and I think it's just going to be like who was first market, who had, you know, the loudest style, and who can spend the most ad dollars to be seen. Or if you already have a following. But I don't think, like, if you don't have a following, if you don't have a platform going into 2030, like it's going to be so hard to be seen.
Well, how does anyone start then? Like, what does a 15-year-old kid right now who wants to be a filmmaker do?
Yeah, go and do free work for as many people as you can. And be just loud and ambitious, and try to just work on movie sets, and just be an intern for as many different directors and producers and DPs as you can.
Well, I would say, like, make work. Things are accessible now. Like, for me, when I was coming up, like, it was barely starting to become accessible, but it was not accessible.
But just because it's accessible doesn't mean that you're going to be seen. I think, like, it's even harder making work now. It's like, it's even harder to be seen because there's so much more, because content is being created 1,000 times faster than it was 4 years ago. So now it is the hill just keeps getting steeper and steeper.
Well, and then you have all the stuff created by humans, and then you have all the AI slop, which is a term that's getting thrown around.
It's just all intermingled right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you want to get into the industry, I don't know. In my opinion, you gotta just boots on the ground, physically just be doing the work around people that can pull you along, you know, that you need to ride the coattails of those that have already made it, in my opinion, especially going like for younger people.
I also think you don't need to allow the AI to be the skill. Like, learn the skill still, use the AI as a tool. Because a lot of people right now, if you just use ChatGPT to write your college paper, you don't learn how to actually write a college paper.
Yeah.
And you're not very useful. If it's doing everything for you.
Yeah.
So still learn how to do the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that learning that, because it's a tool, you know, you need to know how to use the tool to its maximum potential. Like, when I'm prompting, whenever I prompt something, I know how to prompt it to get the result I'm looking for, versus somebody is like, hey, we're going to make this movie scene. And, you know, the person that doesn't have the skills behind them, they are not going to know how to prompt that. They're not going to know how to get the results. And it's just going to be a longer process for them. I believe that is going to shrink down over time, but there's always going to be a sense of understanding how to use the tool to its maximum potential.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about podcasts? I know, like, there's some AI podcasts that people are into.
Like, there's really, like, what's the point?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
what do you think?
Like, well, podcasts are so low effort to create. Right. Sorry, guys. They are compared to other things. Like, there's not a massive amount of editing. You sit down for an hour and a half, 2 hours, you talk, you trim some bits out, and you post it.
Right.
The most work, honestly, goes into cutting the intros.
Yeah.
Which take an hour or two to cut.
Yeah.
So if you take something that is like that low effort for the amount of minutes that you create, and then you just make that out of AI, it's like, what am I even engaging with here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I can see like say an animated movie. You make it something that's already abstract, animated, either like Pixar style or like all the Studio Ghibli stuff that was going on, anime.
Yeah.
Like I can see, you know, somebody who has no art skills, like in the like your music analogy, has no art skills, but has this grand vision and a story, and they write the script, and then they go use AI to create all the scenes. I mean, who are we to argue with that person in creating that?
Yeah.
Like, but that was still a human architect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's desensitizing people though?
In what way?
Just desensitizing them to the human touch and to
I think we're already
human.
highly desensitized by the
Well,
phones.
yeah, but do you think AI and just AI animation stuff is going to desensitize people from the arts? Because I mean, like cinema and music and like AI music.
Well, think about the kids that are coming up now, and that's all they're gonna know. Like that's the
Or they're just going to be really good at spotting it, and they're not going to trust anything they see on their phone.
that too.
Yeah.
That's the more optimistic direction I think
Yeah.
to take, is they're going to be able to spot AI a million miles away. It's your grandma who's the problem.
I don't know. My mom, she thinks everything is AI. She's like, "Oh, that's AI." I was like, "No, mom. This is like we know the people on this YouTube video. This is real." No. That is definitely AI. Look at it. It's like it's sped up, mom.
Does she have a touch of the conspiracy theory?
No, I wish that she did. I wish that she did. I mean, maybe a little, but no, that would be my dad. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were just
I'm not
having.
gonna. I could talk about
Oh man.
especially with the government shutdown and stuff, and just a lot less chemtrails in the sky. It's interesting. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the whole AI world.
I don't know,
Like, hope maybe people will just get out more and touch grass after there's too much saturation.
that's the answer.
Or it's all proves to cost far too much because everyone's just dumping dollars into it right now and nobody's making any money on it except for the people who are selling services.
Yeah.
I
mean,
And maybe it all proves that like, hey, these frames that you're trying to create cost $20, $30, $40 a piece, and we're charging $5 a piece for them.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know.
What about the energy consumption? All these.
Yeah, the data centers
Yeah, the
and
data
the
centers.
power plants and the clean drinking water and all that kind of stuff.
And how all of our electrical bills are going to go up, and how the infrastructure.
Pass it off to the citizens to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our children.
That's what I'm not a
Pay
fan
anything
of.
for
Is, corporatism and crony capitalism. Not a fan of those things.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's a lot of that going on with AI right now.
Yeah.
It's very incestuous.
It's garbage. The whole thing.
Mm.
Everything right now.
Everything
Just-
right now.
It just
garbage.
feels very cesspooly. You
Mm.
know, it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of inflated dollars, a lot of sleazy people doing a lot of sleazy things. I don't know.
When has it not been that way?
It's just very much in your face right now.
Yeah, I
think
think
we're
that's
just-
social media.
It's all, yeah.
It's like
It's always been going on.
we went from like quiet and like keep hush hush to noise, and there's too much confusion in the noise.
Do you think that there's more money to be obtained now versus before?
What even is money?
Yeah, I know. True.
That's the thing. It's all a faith-based market.
Faith-based
It's all a
system.
fiction.
Yeah.
And it's just what value, it's all backed by the
Remember, we
faith
have
in the
that
American people.
gigantic gold pile, right?
Sure. Even gold is a faith-based system too, though.
Yeah.
It's a hard asset, but like it's not of actual value. Like you can make electronics with it. Gold and silver, you can do that. But like beyond those things, it's not really like, it's all still faith-based.
Yeah.
You can't eat it.
Yeah.
So
What was some films and shows that you guys watched as kids growing up that kind of inspired you?
is that topic getting too depressing?
Sam, you want to go first?
Armageddon. It's one
Armageddon.
of my favorite movies.
Yes, that's because that's not depressing.
Yeah.
Big Ben
So
Affleck
fun.
fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember,
I mean,
they couldn't train the pilots,
The astronauts.
the
They couldn't train the astronauts to drill.
They had to have drill. They have to have drill guys to learn how to be astronauts because that was easier.
yeah.
Don't question Michael Bay. Just don't. His movies always are much better when you just don't question.
Sure.
right.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think he's a fantastic director. If you take him for what he is,
Oh, he's great.
He's the king of the like the 360 orbit shot on a 600 millimeter lens.
Yes.
Yeah, which now you can do with like a DJI 4.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So that's the other accessibility of technology. You can go out, you have your 7x zoom on your drone.
Yeah.
And you can do an orbit shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what like the next creative frontier is going to be. You know, it's like those guys, you know, the directors of old, you know, they're like starting on Super 8 cameras and they're just inventing things. You know, Star Wars invented so many different things that we see in films today. And
well, I mean, there's still
technology.
Things that are being invented now, and like recently was the movie Nope. They did the sky. They shot that.
It was Day for Night.
Day for Night, but they shot it in what's it called? Ultraviolet or
weird.
Ultraviolet? Red, no, like red. What is it called when you have a night? Yeah, it was infrared. That's what I was looking for.
No, because they did something where like the way they did they overlaid 2 shots because they shot with 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 IMAX.
But that's more like a technological advancement that is more so than it is a paradigm shift in entertainment.
Yeah.
Like what about like 3-dimensional movies with you're watching a movie with a VR headset and you can look around wherever you want to in the movie.
Yeah. Well, that has been around. Like, I mean, they've shot stuff like that, and I don't know, people haven't taken to it. I've seen.
Which ones?
I've seen one.
Which movie? With a VR headset and you can walk around the movie?
Yeah.
Where they had the lights.
Well, you were stuck.
They had the camera.
you were stuck. You were stuck in whatever scene they wanted you to be in. Like, it's like you couldn't walk. So it wasn't like a video game,
Right?
Because I don't even know how that would work.
You just had like a 360 camera, so you could see 360 degrees around from where the operator is, but you can't move around the room.
Yeah, no, you couldn't move around the room.
I mean, what if you have like live interactive AI-driven movies where you're inside the story and they're interacting with you back and forth?
I mean, at that point, it's a video game.
About that?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a video game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have NPCs, you're interacting. It's just going to be a better language model that are attached to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Scary.
AI girlfriends.
Yeah. That's a real thing. People are getting. That's crazy. Yeah.
Loss of intimacy. I mean, we've had that a while with the phones. Sorry, Ben tried to get us on a lighter topic, and we just didn't listen.
Armageddon.
I still want to talk about Lord of the Rings. Actually, Lord of the Rings is, I think, the most inspirational movie of all time.
Cinema peaked.
What?
When cinema peaked.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, but the behind the scenes.
Oh, I will watch that for hours and hours and hours.
Because there is hours and hours and hours of behind the scenes.
It's so fantastic.
It's so good. That is what told.
It's almost like they were forward thinking when they were making that movie. Those movies.
Yeah. Watching the behind the scenes is what convinced me that being a filmmaker is what I have to do.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. Like, it's just they're doing action, they're doing stunts, there's adventure, there's engineering, there is writing, there's creativity. It is everything. I don't know. I think that's one of the best behind the scenes series, if you will, documentaries, multiple documentaries of behind the scenes.
That paired with, have you guys ever seen Indian in the Cupboard?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that movie.
Little toy.
And I saw it.
I used to watch the behind the scenes for that.
Yeah.
Because they use a lot of practical stuff with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah. The Indian in the Cover. It was it's a childhood.
Yeah.
I think that movie is very inaccurate.
Politically correct for sure.
Anyway. No, I remember watching when I was kids. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
So your passion probably lies more in the production aspect of things.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm the one, usually, whenever we're shooting stuff, I'm usually the one rigging kind of dangerous situations up, cameras, trapeze bars.
How long is your menace arm?
What was that?
How long is your menace arm?
Too long. We've done some pretty reckless things. Maybe not reckless, just over.
As long as talent's not.
I got strapped up. He strapped me up to the back of the car while we were in the salt flats.
Oh yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah,
going really fast.
And we were just doing donuts in the salt flats with a girl running behind us.
Oh yeah,
a big gigantic.
And you're holding the camera.
Yeah, like a red, the Scarlet W on a Ronin, like the big Ronin, holding the camera. Yeah, with rope just strapped around me.
I'm glad that we got to experience that a little bit, just using like overly large rigs, when it's like we could have gotten the same shot now with an iPhone 17.
Right.
Could you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have.
You could have.
100%.
Yeah. A little bit more editing, add in that depth of field.
Right.
You have to use, but I mean,
That's the other thing is like, when does all this gear become worthless? Because you can just do it with a iPhone 20.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's really getting there, especially with like what you said about the depth thing. DaVinci or Boris FX has depth maps, like plugins, and you could add atmosphere. And DaVinci's also adding
working
some of
on
that
some stuff,
yeah.
it's
And
wild.
See that new relight tool in Adobe?
The
Oh.
relay tool?
They have a new relight tool.
Oh, yeah.
That seems
I saw
a
the
bit
key.
like DaVinci's had it for a while, but it seems like it's a bit better than what DaVinci's been doing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Adobe waits, like they tend to wait till something really works before they drop it. Whereas DaVinci like tests it.
I think
Yeah.
they just
Over
wait for
models.
DaVinci to make all the mistakes and then just rip DaVinci.
That could be accurate too.
yeah,
Like they just like, oh, you can the masking tool now in Adobe. It's like, yeah, DaVinci's had that for like 4 versions.
Yeah.
yeah,
Magic Mask.
Yeah. They're trying to be Apple.
Adobe. They are the Apple of like film editing tools.
but their software crashes all the time. So
So does DaVinci.
I haven't had that with DaVinci. I haven't
DaVinci
used
crashes on me at least 2 or 3 times per session, but I never lose anything.
it.
I never lose anything but the last cut that I did.
Oh,
So it saves per edit.
Yeah, it's like constant. Like I've one time like I had to hard shut down my computer, and for some reason it corrupted 3 projects and they were gone because I didn't have backups on.
Dang.
I turned backups on. I don't know why they weren't on by default. If you're using DaVinci, turn your backups on because they're not on by default.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like when it crashes, like everything's still there. It's right where I left it.
Yeah, that's great.
So it's like it's a matter of 2 or 3 minutes to restart the program.
oh, that's
Remember-
great.
Old DaVinci.
Not the case for Premiere.
Trying to learn it. I was like, okay, I'm getting pretty good at this. And then I switched to Adobe, and I wish I just would have stayed with DaVinci because now, we bought DaVinci. We're like, we're going to learn DaVinci. It's like DaVinci 20 or something, or Studio 20 or whatever. And it's so overwhelming being in Adobe for the last 12 years or so, and then trying to go back and relearn this.
So I go to Adobe and I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
Like, where's everything at?
Yeah.
Like, because I have to go over there for some like client assets and stuff
Right.
like that in After Effects sometimes and render things and then bring it into DaVinci as like a video file that then I use for my actual timeline.
Yeah.
And there's certain styles in DaVinci that you can, like, they're very timeline heavy. You can create tons of timelines. There's more things feel more intuitive to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, that's where I learned. So
Sure.
who am I to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. I mean, it's great. I really want to switch. I wish we had time, but again, neither of us want to be editors. So, like,
Yeah.
we're not,
Been forced into that role.
Relate to that.
yeah.
Huh.
So,
So you like, more the stylistic, like, seems like along with like being a interior designer and like being into the production aspects, you're less into the story aspects of things.
Yeah, I would say I'm less story driven, more visually driven. And I think that's just my, never was a reader necessarily. I was always picturing things. I was always taking photos of it. I always had, I don't know, however my brain works. Was always just more on the visual side. But the story usually comes out. I think I just find the story more in the feel and the emotion behind something, because story can be so much more than just, dialogue.
What about executing someone else's story?
Fantastic at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when it comes to my own, it's like,
Yeah. What about you? Where do you fall?
I mean, I love creating and thinking and doing all of it. Like, I mean, visuals, I mean, that's my forte as well, but I do enjoy like trying to come up with a story and solving the problem of how do you tell this story
Mm-hmm.
in my head. That's, I love that. And it's this sense of like, it's always this puzzle. And, I just really enjoy solving.
So when you get to set, you're like, damn writer, why do you write this? Oh, wait, that was me.
Yeah.
Because that's a joke a lot of times. It's like, well, the writer writes it down and like, well, that's the director's problem. That's the DP's problem. I'm going to be in my office.
Yeah.
Oh man, this last short film, I was like, I wrote it, and in my head, it was great, and I wrote it out. It was great, and then when we got to shooting it, I'm like, there's not enough dialogue in this at all. Like we're not like, I don't think this is going to translate visually. And it was like I was two separate people. I was like, "Who wrote this? This is terrible!" Like, yeah. And so we had to add things in, and it was a challenge, but we finally made it through. I feel like there's an old saying I heard. It's like a film is never done; it just escapes the edit. And that's what happened with this one. It
just escapes the edit. Like, you can edit it forever.
Yeah,
just like you can write it forever.
Yeah,
gotta let it out there.
Yeah.
The movie that we did, it was 200. No, the first cut was 2 hours and 41 minutes.
Yeah, that's rough.
So we didn't have a shortage of footage. Put it that way.
Yeah,
we were not short on scenes and dialogue.
Wow.
So
man, so when are you going to finish it?
I don't know. It's on the list. The cut right now is down at 1 hour and 42 minutes. So I did get it down substantially.
That's good.
Maybe I need other eyes on it. It's the problem. Like, because we shot it with 5 people. Like, we had me, my wife, my father-in-law, the actress, and a guy who was doing all the line reading with the actress because everything's on the phone throughout the whole movie. So he was line reading with the actress and then helping wherever you could. So, like, I was directing, writing, DPing, DITing, basically every other role. My wife was producing, ACing for me. You know, she's an excellent AC. First AC. So focus. And I was lighting. And then my father-in-law was doing sound. Like, and we spent 43 days, shooting days in Arkansas doing that movie. So it was one heck of a learning experience. I'll give it that. Yeah. Like, it was definitely
such a commitment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did I ever send it to you?
No.
Wow.
Okay. I should send you.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Self-funded?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
what was your growing up show, TV show, or movie that inspired you?
Okay, well, like I used to watch Dragon Ball Z.
I was going to call that. I was going to call that.
Yeah, and actually, I closed a loop recently, like earlier this year. I rewatched all the episodes again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Because I didn't know, because there was a lot of times that I would miss episodes and miss stuff. So I didn't know how the story ended.
Yeah.
Where things went and stuff. And so I finally closed that loop and I know everything now.
That's so
I would watch it off and on Cartoon Network. So yeah, I have honestly no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd turn it on somewhere in this season.
Yeah. What's great is that I got my wife into it and my kids are into it. Like, it's great. And then, man, like movies as a kid, obviously like The Matrix was really cool. And, there was Braveheart was too, but Dragonheart. I don't know.
Dragonheart.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. Dennis
Sean
Quaid.
Connery.
Yeah. Come with me.
Yeah.
That was cutting edge.
Yeah. It was
at the time. Yeah.
It was incredible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Made me cry.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Right. And those movies like really inspired me. I loved going to movies, and my dad would always like rent VHSs, like go to Blockbuster, and we would have every Saturday night we'd watch movies, and he would let us stay up late. We would watch movies all night. And we would rent stacks, and we're all movie connoisseurs, which is terrible now because I can't sleep at night. I have a very, very bad sleep schedule. But I think a lot of filmmakers suffer from this also. But
well, they're artists, bad or night owls.
Yeah.
TV dinners, Blockbusters.
I used to do everything at night, like writing at night, and then in the last 4 or 5 years, everything's moved to daytime.
Yeah.
I don't get anything done at night.
Kevin, the kids?
Yes.
Okay.
5.
5 kids. Okay. Wow. He beats us by a long shot.
I do. So that messes.
How old are your kids?
11 down to 1.
Yeah, that's brutal. I don't
Brutal.
know.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. I have 2, and they're
Well,
just
2 is 10.
yeah.
1 is 9. 2 is 10.
Okay.
3 is whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
You lose track of like control of the laundry after 4 or 3 or somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a 4-year-old. She's about to be 5, and a 2-year-old little boy, and they're menaces to society.
Yep.
It's because you have him in jujitsu.
Yeah. Dude, my son was trying to choke me out last night.
Yeah.
He's
At
like
4, you can give
he's 2.
a dojo that'll take him at 2.
Yes. So my daughter started right before she turned 3, and she's been doing it that whole time. And then we're about to start him up too. Yeah, I mean, he knows like takedowns now and
That's awesome.
and everything. It's fantastic, and then
dangerous in school.
it's great. Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so.
yeah. I mean, I do it too, so it's really fun.
Yeah.
That's why I got my I don't know, it's a little dark right here because I got hit last night. Yeah, accidents happen. It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's really fun.
Good way to take your aggression out from the day of filmmaking.
It really is. It really is. It is honestly like a sense of like freedom. You're like, oh, life's not that bad. Everything is not that stressful.
Yeah, this other guy's trying to kill me now.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bigger problem.
It's
what I was facing.
way better.
Yeah. No, I wish we had one in town here in Nacogdoches. There's one out at Cushing about 20 minutes from here, but there's not a local jiu-jitsu that I'm aware of.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. I recommend it to anybody. You could always go as slow as you want. You're probably, if you're careful, you won't get hurt. And it's probably the most easily recoverable martial art. Like you're not like I've also done boxing, and like you're gonna have headaches. Like
Yeah.
with jiu-jitsu, I mean, yes, you're gonna feel a little sore, but as you work through it and stuff, you're gonna be fine.
Concussions aren't good long term.
Yeah.
Best to be avoided.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel that way. I'm glad you feel that way.
From a partnership.
I've been doing
perspective.
jiu-jitsu for a long time.
Okay.
For a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
A black belt.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, we shot a promo with Sam, and we gave him an honorary black belt so that he could be in the promo.
I hated every second of it. He hated it
Because it was like,
because he's been trying to get a new stripe for a while. I mean, really, he should have a new belt for a while, and it was just. I was just having just a field day, being like dressing up, and because I do not know jujitsu at all. And putting on the black belt and stuff. And
he was like
just burning.
And he's eating it up.
Son of a bitch.
And here's the whole thing. A lot of people are going to see this video, and for the face of the brand, he is a black belt.
It's great. It's great. And it's a gym that he goes to.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah.
Well,
So
cool.
it's fun.
One of my favorite indie movies is Fistfoot Way.
What?
Fistfoot Way. Have you seen that one?
Never heard of
Fistfoot
it.
Way.
No.
Going deep.
Akira Kurosawa?
No.
Oh,
it's,
wait. I think I have seen this. This is a comedy?
It's Danny McBride. It's a very, very indie movie that him and Jodie Hill made 2008. Hilarious. I mean,
I think I've seen this.
it's what I think he probably jumped from Fistfoot Way right into Hot Rod, and he just carries that it's Danny McBride. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just, he has that type of personality. But this is kind of where I feel like he found it. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it,
I haven't.
What are you passionate about, Ben?
what am I passionate
What are you
about?
passionate about? Where do your passions lie?
Ooh, what am I passionate about? I like podcasting. Yeah, I like producing, pairing with other creatives to produce things. I don't like doing it alone. I've found that I'm not too good on self-motivating myself, you know, and just kind of falling apart with an idea, a project. I definitely need a team, if not one other person to kind of bounce ideas off of. Yeah. Film definitely could see myself gearing that way. If not short form or long form. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks, Amos.
No, I can
Now I have to go home and think about what I'm passionate about.
I mean, you're throwing the questions at us. We got to ask you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think doing stuff with people, I can heavily relate to that. Like,
I think you'd make a good film producer.
Yeah.
Because you're that kind of like managing groups of people, making sure things are on time, schedules are working.
yeah, awesome personality,
Lunches are
relatable,
Yeah.
I don't know about the relatable part.
super cool beard.
You just make us feel comfortable.
Yeah. I
Needs to walk around with a hammer.
definitely producing.
Thor's hammer.
I've tried to jump in and help Amos with editing. And those skills are coming, right? But it's, man, the older I get, I find the old age saying of old dog, new tricks. I'm getting older and it's like, I don't really new tricks. Oh, I like my old tricks. You know what I mean?
It's like I have to spend time learning that new trick.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at in my life is, coming up to, almost 40 now and kind of thinking, okay, well, what exactly what are you good at? And let's kind of lean into that more and find your purpose, right? Find your identity, if you will. Yeah. Still searching. Still looking.
You guys got any big projects coming up that you may or may not want to talk about?
Man, you can't talk about them all. 2025 was probably the worst year.
The worst year.
Yeah, business, lives. It was horrible. I think I can talk for both of us.
Yeah.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
It's not over yet, though.
I mean, financially, I think we still have life. We have our
Of
kids.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. No, it was just hard. It was just really, really hard. Like there was, at least for me, more than financially, there's just a lot of stuff that happened. Just, it was just a bad year. Granted, there is no necessarily bad day or bad year. We just learn from those.
Mm-hmm. It was a growing year.
Absolutely. A lot of pruning. And then all of a sudden, we got so busy, like so much work. We have so many pending contracts and clients for 2026 that we're like, we don't know. We need to hire a whole new team just to help us with this. So we're excited about that. We're super thankful, super blessed. Yeah. Our biggest project right now would probably just be within our own studio and just making like Lightbox Studios a little bit more relevant in our community and fully launching and getting that executed well and knocking out the podcasting thing, the rental space for people and stuff. But we do have a lot of just big commercials coming up too with some name brands. So we're excited for that.
Cool.
Yeah. And then all of Should I short films.
All of his passion projects.
All of his passion projects.
Yeah.
And in the middle of everything, I'm going to go take my first cruise.
You got to monetize those passion projects.
Yes. I have to figure that out, man. It's like, the short film, I have a little bit of monetization there, but beyond that, I have to figure it out. Yeah. It's like, how do you, because they do have some cohesion, but they are disconnected. So how do you bring them all together and make them into something? Yeah.
That's when you need a writer.
Sure. Let me know. I'm always game, especially when someone's telling me what to do or like giving me motivation rather than self-motivating. Self-motivation's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really rough.
Yeah.
Okay, I have my answer. I thought about it.
Okay.
Producing like a multi-channel YouTube channel, Christian type, lighthearted comedy like sketches and game shows and cooking and you know what I mean?
Be good.
Like kind of, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Smosh.
Yeah.
Good Mythical Morning kind of style.
Mhm.
Just a conglomeration of
You
Christian.
want like a studio.
A studio that, yeah, I would love to run a studio and pitch ideas for different bits every week of, you know, hey, we're doing this bit and blah, blah, blah. We're playing D&D or whatever the case. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah.
But with a more Christian focused.
Is there anything like that right now? Seems like a wide open market.
Like in the Christian realm or?
Yeah, in the Christian realm.
I mean, because there's things like Earwolf, which were like podcast,
Yeah.
like conglomerates, studios. There's College Humor or what College Humor turned into, which is Dropout.
I love watching that stuff, and that's probably what I consume, what our family consumes on a day-to-day basis. And so I think that's probably where I would probably lean more towards, is more not even necessarily with the backdrop of Christian, but just more of a clean, you know, family friendly.
Positive.
Yeah.
Positive, family friendly, and just especially being here in Nacogdoches, being close to SFA and you know, potentially having, you know, a lot of access to guys that want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's that call out to.
I mean, you're very personality driven with all of those ideas.
Yeah, I would love
the personalities.
Yeah, I would love to get a bunch of personalities in a room and let's do it. You know,
What's your
whatever it
first
is.
step?
This.
How are we doing this? How are we going to make
Yeah.
this happen?
I guess we're opening here with
All right.
Christians talking about shit.
Yeah, I would love for the podcast to take off. And then potentially, you know, we're working on a podcast studio with our church that we attend.
Awesome.
So maybe even some youth driven stuff to kind of give, obviously I already mentioned I'm getting old. So that perspective from the youth and what is hip and happening could definitely be beneficial. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Obviously, in pieces, I've probably said those things out loud, but not collectively put it together.
Would you be able to like script out 3 episodes?
I don't know about scripted shows.
Or I mean, like
Outline?
an outline. Yeah.
Outline? Yeah, for sure. For sure would have. I'm initially thinking that Christians talking about shit would be essentially the umbrella, and then within this studio space to have breakouts of like a Dimension 20 style, more of a Christian-esque D&D game going on, like a rolling every week. You know, we've got an episode, and there's actually a couple. There's actually a couple Christian style Dungeons and Dragon knockoffs that are out there. I haven't tried them to see if they're any good or not. But kind of, you know, get a couple of group of people that are nerdy and want to kind of play around with that. And if they're eclectic enough, you know, and can make good content, yeah, see if that could take off. Maybe do like a more of a game show style, right? Where you have a handful of contestants that are eclectic and run them through, you know, a couple different things. And then maybe even like a cooking show, right? Something that's just very simple and yeah, just producing content.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lots of different pieces of content.
Love it.
We'll see where it goes. CTAS, brought to you by.
Yep.
Famous. What about you? What a
Writing and directing film and television.
yeah.
That would be the end goal.
The end goal.
And then just stay there for life.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
Just simple, quick and easy. Yeah. Nope.
Quick and easy.
No sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, yeah. I like story. I started in storytelling, like writing novels and stuff like that. And then I transitioned into film. So I definitely come from more of a story writing position. And like I end up doing all the camera stuff and the audio stuff and all that more because I was raised in a world where you don't pay stuff for stuff. You just do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that can definitely be a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So like I would like to stem away from the editing and the DPing and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And focus more on like directing and writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. And I mean, hopefully this film is going to be done soon. but are you looking at jumping on anything else anytime soon? Or you?
So right now I'm doing a lot of corporate work, and I'm trying to I want to help grow that company out and expand what we're doing there. And maybe projects will stem from there and move more into a commercial space because we do a lot of corporate customer success stories, stuff like that, which are easy, fun travel kind of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's when you walk into a room, set up 3 cameras, film someone talking, and then shoot some B-roll. So there's not a lot of creative passion there. You can only light a sitting person so well.
Yeah.
You only got so many options in a room that you haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. We know.
We know
all too well.
But it's bread and butter. It pays the bills.
Yep.
And the travel is fun. You're in New York City one day,
Yeah.
and then next week you're in Phoenix.
I know.
Or Barcelona.
It's totally good.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Take me to the Barcelona one.
that was fun. Barcelona was quite a nice city. We got Will guy I went with. He had a friend there who was an opera singer, local opera singer, who knew the city like the back of his hand.
That's incredible.
And so he gave us a 3-hour tour
That's so
of
cool.
Barcelona, all through the city.
Wow.
So that was pretty awesome.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Which we have 19-minute video I got out of that
Yeah.
that we haven't released yet.
Yeah.
I just tagged along and filmed the whole time. So really cool. He sang a song in this church, courtyard area,
Mhm.
and it was so loud.
Wow.
I was I didn't set my levels on the mic or anything. I was like, please don't be clipping. Please don't be clipping, because it was so loud.
Just powerful.
Yeah.
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 That's incredible.
And all the architecture over there is built like an amphitheater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Well, we walked back through, we started in the new part of the city, and then we walked through, it got older and older. So we're hitting medieval times, Roman times.
yeah.
And this guy, he just knew everything.
Mm.
I know.
Love
We
it.
did. It's funny. He's we walked into this other courtyard area where tall buildings around, all slate, walkways and stuff like that. And this car pulls in. The guy we're with, he's like, oh, that's the guy who used to run the city. He's like, but he got kicked out because of some major corruption things where he was embezzling a bunch of money. He's this isn't on camera, is it? It is now. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows the architecture and the crimes.
Happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, well, cool, guys.
Awesome.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great.
You guys got anything to plug?
The Lightbox Missions. Check us out on Instagram. Also, Lightbox Collective Studio. It's our podcast studio is available if you guys want to come create your own podcast
In the Tyler area.
in the Tyler area.
Texas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, definitely we're really striving we're doing a lot of good with Lightbox Missions, and we really want people to be able to just jump on board and just get involved with, things that are making a real difference. And, it's missions worth telling, stories worth backing.
Yeah.
Stories worth telling, missions worth backing, is our slogan. And there's just a lot of good coming out of that. There's a lot of prayer behind it. And we're really excited to be releasing a lot of the stories and the films that we've already done. But being able to see these nonprofits and ministries that maybe you've never heard of get funded and get a platform and get a voice is super rewarding. So definitely check us out there.
Well, if you want to send us any links,
Yeah.
drop at the bottom of this video. We'll have them there for people to watch too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, all right. Well, thank
Cheers,
you,
guys.
Thanks, Ben.
Bang.
Thanks, Ben. Cool.
That was a very limp clap.